As you noticed, our world is significantly accelerating in its development and become more and more complex. There are a lot of events which take place now, which were much less frequent in the past. Everything becomes smart and interlinked. And this creates problem for our perception, what we should do, how to predict the developments, what are the options, and how things are. So we all want to know how things are in our business, in our life, and it's not easy because there are a lot of information channels which are in various applications like iPhone, Android and so on. There are a lot of cyber connectors. So it's very difficult to analyze everything. It creates overflow. What is Pharos Navigator developed by our team? How it can help? It can help to create the model of the target system, which is very complex, has a lot of components, and linked to smart everything. When the model is developed, it can be linked to Internet of Things, various data sources, and digitally transform these data streams into very simple, holistic vision of the complex system.
Excuse me, Mr. Golovanov. You mentioned in your first introduction there are 7 physical systems. Can you explain us in simple words what does it mean exactly?
I'll do my best. Suppose you want to ask me, how are you? And you and me are very complex biological systems. And instead of answering that I have temperature 36.7, that I have blood pressure 56/100, and sugar in the blood, and so on, thousands of various indicators and measurements, you want very simple answer, fine or not. And my answer, fine, is always depends on combination of how my organism works, how the subsystems in my overall system are working, if it's sustainable or not. If yes, I can answer. If not, then I cannot. However, if I am measured by various gadgets, then Pharos Navigator allows to make model of myself, and then you may ask not me, but my model, and model will tell you he's fine.
Does it mean that such model can be also related to factory of the future, as you said?
Yes. This is abstract model of any system which have data streams, which we can catch, we can link to, and we can transform this data stream using the model of the factory, smart city, assets, anything which has possibility to be modeled with Pharos Navigator. And typically the model is above created with interactive instruments. It has database, and it has a lot of components providing data streams, like Internet of Things, smart sensors, databases, and various smart systems like SCADA, like RRP, Enterprise Resource Planning System, and so on. The model structure is developed by those who knows the real enterprise. So if there is a consultant or the company, they can use the sample model of the factory, which you can see in our website or UNIDO website, and based on this model you can develop your own model of the factory, which is usually unique, because it's a unique combination of people, machinery, environment, products, technologies, and so on. So underlying concepts of our Pharos Navigator platform is to have model open for continuous development, because it's change. We face change. It should be easy to change the model. The model should provide transformation from complexity to simplicity. It means we need simple and easy understanding if factory is fine or not. The same, is city is fine or not. And the model should have link to real world. And real world is presented by various sensors, data streams, and it can include data from inside technological processes like batch processing, like the various types of products which we use, and we can illustrate it in real time by the model of the factory running online. Each node in such model, it's typical hierarchy presenting real structure of the company. Each node has properties which include sensors, objects, data streams, video cameras, and so on. The selection of object groups is provided by those who manage the views to the company. The company can have online reports and dashboard for management, for specialists, and we will see it later very quickly. We present the dashboard for the company, real-time online. And the model can have any number of indicators which are customized. So,
one more question to you. Does it mean that everybody can have their own indicator without programming?
yes, there is a possibility to create the whole factory model without programming by mouse, drag and drop editor of models, and define own indicator within 10 minutes. You can define your own indicator, include it in the model, and connect it to data streams to be processed in real time.
And each indicator can be connected to others?
Yes, and then you will have complex network of relations between different indicators, nodes, which present the model of the whole enterprise, and you can see it in real time.
One more question to you. Our public is silent. You said words about models and indicators, but how we connect model to real world?
There is an editor of linkages to external data sources, which can be sensors, Internet of Things, it can be various systems like SCADA, like ERP, and it allows importing data and connecting data to receive data streams in real time.
So does it mean that if I have sensors in my factory or city has some sensors in the streets, they connect real sensors to your system and model will work?
Yes. Immediately when it's connected, it starts receiving data stream and transforming it into, using the indicators and structure of the role model, and transforming into a very simple vision of the whole system.
But it's big data streams.
Sorry?
It's big data.
Yes, it's big data streams, which is processed in real time in the cloud.
And you can handle it.
Yes, big data streams are processed in real time. It answers the needs of people and enterprise management, and you can continue. So it's very powerful system running in cloud or locally in enterprise in the server, and it provides transformation of the complexity into simplicity. It's words, so we will demonstrate it in real application. So you will have a look how it is in real life. Please go ahead. As we deal with abstract models of complex systems, there is a possibility to make model of the city. So the model of the city is hierarchy, which usually can be planned in advance by those who know the city. However, we take the model of existing standards, like 37/120 indicators of quality of life in sustainable communities, and use this standard as a model for beginning of making the model of the real city.
But real city is a bit another than standard. Each city is individual, it has its own individuality.
Yes, of course. Each city is unique. It has own areas, own indicators, and own structure of management. So the model can be developed using, for example, ISO template, developed to comfort the interests of the management of the city, and it can be highly customizable. The whole model development, the whole Pharos Navigator platform is highly customizable in everything. So it includes typical areas like economy, education, energy, environment, everything which already specified in the international standards, and any city which starts using this model, and we already apply this model in at least 5 cities in Europe, and there are several other projects coming for water management with Madrid, for some other cities. The model will be running in real applications.
Does it mean that cities can build their own model for waste management, wastewater, urban development, infrastructure, energy, and then connect it to each other and have a whole vision of the city?
Yes, because Pharos, UNIDO Pharos platform allows customized model development. You can develop only water management model, or only waste management model, or separate models, and run it by itself. However, you can integrate it into holistic vision of the whole city.
So I will have a picture of a city in simple view as a human and not machine. I don't understand machine.
That's right. You will have very simple vision of the whole city as a human being, and you can handle it easily. However, it's better to see than to hear. So you may see it as an example, then you may analyze it and see if it's realistic or not. So if you go further, then each smart node of the model has own smart structures. It can host, for example, if the model of the district can have own energy sources, own transportation, own buildings, and so on. The model can have multi-layer, and it can be very complex. Final results of the model running in real time is simple, clear understanding what is the current status of the complex system. So if it's factory, it can be excellent, it can be optimal, deficient. If it's city, it can be excellent, optimal, or deficient. And these definitions are customizable as well. So in general, when you have such application like UNIDO Pharos software, you may have answer to the question, how are you, my city? So now let's go and have a look.
So, if possible, we now demonstrate to our public what's actually Pharos navigator is and how it works.
Yes, it would be better to see than to hear several times.
Okay, I will try.
So when you go to the UNIDO, to in internet, and you ask UNIDO Pharos, you will land to UNIDO page, UNIDO Pharos software. From this UNIDO page, you can go to our portal, which provides services related to these applications. So if you click, you go to our portal, which is called pharosnavigator.com. Please type Smart City. Yes. And you will land on this.
I'm sorry, we don't know.
HTTPS. So this portal provides possibility to view online real-time applications of smart enterprise and smart city. The city is 50,000 people based on a model of the data flows for city about 50,000 people, average city in Europe. And you can have a look from the point of view of mayor. It doesn't work.
There is no internet connection here.
No? BT. Okay. So I'm very sorry, but there is no internet connection in this site. So we wanted to demonstrate to you the Pharos Navigator application based on internet demo.
But everybody is welcome to visit our booth, and we will show it privately to you and to show everything which is available on demo site. It's just there's no internet here on this.
So we are on the right side, and we'll be happy to provide you details on our booth there, Pharos Navigator. We will be here the whole week. And without this demo, it will be rather difficult to present reality. And reality is really interesting because you can see the status of the whole city. And the status of the whole city is changing. So you may see how it's changing over time, depending on status of energy supply, status of transportation, and planning targets. And it creates quantifiable sustainability for the whole complex system. Yes, go please, online demo. Now we went to the internet, and here you may have a look how the city looks like from the mayor point of view, or deputy mayor. It's list of different objects, including the whole city, energy, transportation, education, waste management, water management, and so on. All the topics, all the structure which correspond to ISO standard 37120 indicators of quality of life is presented on this demo. So,
what does it mean with umbrella?
Umbrella means symbol icon, which actually was selected by Elena to present the status of the city. It can be any icon, customized, developed by used by the city management. However, if you click on this icon, you will see history of change for the city. And you can see that for the last months, the city was red always. It means it was deficient. However, it was not always deficient. There was one day when the city was excellent. It means combination of all subsystems for the city, energy, education, and environment, transportation was good.
But something has changed.
But then something changed over the night, and the city server received information regarding the change and calculated the status of the whole city for the next day. And you can see that city has problems in transportation, in health, in waste management, and urban planning. So if we go to waste management, for example, you may see that waste management problem is related only to one indicator which was calculated for the last time. And this indicator has value which is below planned value. You can see the formula which corresponds to ISO standard and see the value calculated for the last time.
So we can drill down and see the chart.
Yes, you can drill down to any further details which is available by supplied information. In this case, you can see that the last value received in this chart, yes, it's below acceptable variations.
But who sets such acceptable variations?
City planners make this acceptable variation range by themselves. So when they plan the life of the city for the next year, they plan all variations for any kind of targets which used for the city.
Each city can set their own targets because you know Vienna is a bit different from another city of the world, for example.
Yes, there is special editor of targets which allows planning of any necessary targets for any kind of variable available for the city.
Then we see connection of this indicator with others to the whole system.
Yes, it's important to analyze that each indicator is related to others because even environment is related to economy and transportation, and energy is related to economy and transportation. So all these relations are called dependencies, and there is a special screen dashboard which allows to analyze dependencies in each indicator. So you can see that this indicator, which is related to wastewater, it's calculated based on data received from two other indicators. So if you click on them, you can open further and further to receive the whole model of the whole city. And the model of the city can be very complex. It can have a lot of indicators, data sources, and you can use a yellow node is data source. So if you click on yellow node, you can see how this data is used for calculating others indicators in real time. And it can be a very interesting point for analysis of applications. So dependency graph is important point for learning and analysis.
Do you have something that can show whole report of such indicators? Because you see not only dependencies, but overview of
Yes, if you go back to the monitor dashboard and click on environment, you may see data regarding environment in real time. Yes, here, environment real time. And you can see, if you click on the map, you can see all the data sources and sensors. Please click on the map.
Here.
Yes, here. You may see the city map with all data sources which provide data regarding environment for the city. You can see all other objects which can be selected in real time. And you can see the status of each object in real time. So this basically the main idea of the Pharos, to provide real-time digital transformation and present it in a very simple format in various ways for quantitative, visual and mapping data. So the city you can see with videos, with pictures. You can analyze all the details related to specific districts, specific locations, specific enterprise. For example, if you go and click on the business topic, you will see the factory running online in furniture production factory. Yes. This is selection of business topics related, not ISO model, but business. For example, Elena manages the company, and Elena can go to her company and check the status of her company based on the same Pharos application. Now you can see the furniture production factory with customers, with product groups, with chairs, with sofas, running real time. And you may see the production process and statuses for the whole product. She immediately has notification to her mobile phone if things are not as planned. And this information is real life and real time. So this is important analytics and simulation tool supporting management of organizations both in public and private sectors, as well as various types of governance. There are no similar platforms in the moment worldwide, so this is new applications which we would invite you to try and use as a prototyping tool for new models of your organizations and businesses. So if you will be interested, you are welcome to come up. We will provide you with detail on our booth. And finally, conclusion. So Pharos Navigator is a unique, powerful information communication technology platform which doesn't have analogs worldwide. It's enable integrated novel digital transformation from real-world data sources, providing unique, powerful tools for management, monitoring, benchmarking, analytics, and simulation of optional risks and strategies. It's based on open source components only. There are no proprietary software tools. And it's based on about 20 years of collaboration with UNIDO and various projects and programs which we took part over these years in different countries, about 30 countries. So we welcome implementation of this platform worldwide, and we'll be happy to hear your feedback. Thank you.